doesn't want to be rich? Everyone's dream is to become a millionaire. Everyone wants their bank account to be full of money. But just dreaming about it or aspiring it isn't just enough. It would be best if you acted towards it. The movies and all those get rich quick stories have actually led people to believe that rich people do nothing and only spend money, and that their success is only because of their sheer luck and fame. But the reality is quite different. There is this common misperception that middle class people cannot save a lot of money or cannot add a lot of money in their bank account. The reason being limited salary and a lot of expenses and other responsibilities that comes along. But what if I tell you that even if you have a meager earnings, you too can become a crorepati, a millionaire? Yes, that's definitely possible with right goal in the mind and the discipline to achieve that. You heard that right. In today's video, I'm going to give you an idea as to how you can become a millionaire or crorepati by even if you have 20,000 salary. You heard that right. Even if you have a meager salary of 20,000, you too can become a millionaire. No, and this is not just the claims that I'm making. But if you're following these 5 golden rules of finance, you too can become a millionaire. So now let's understand what are these 5 golden rules of finance that you need to follow and become a crorepati. So now let's understand what are these 5 golden rules of finance that you can follow and become rich. So the first one is 50-30-20 basic rule of thumb. So what is this? It is a very easy budgeting system or budgeting method that will help you to manage your money very effectively, very simply and very sustainably. Now how does this work? So the 50-30-20 rule of thumb basically asks you or guides you to divide your monthly income into 3 categories. That is, first 50% of your salary, monthly salary, should be dedicated towards your needs. Now needs are those things that you cannot live without, which includes you need a house to stay. So you need to pay out rent. You also need food to eat and survive. So you need to shell out money for your groceries. And lastly, you also need other facilities, utilities such as your electricity, water, etc. So the first 50% of your salary should be dedicated towards your needs. The next 30% should be dedicated towards your wants. Now wants are basically those things that is your desires that you can live without. Now that can include your vacations, your travels, your hanging out with friends, dining out with them, your digital and streaming services such as your Netflix, your Prime TV, etc. The entertainment part. And the last, most important, 20% of your salary should be dedicated towards your financial goals. Now, when I say financial goals, it basically means it should be dedicated towards savings. Savings for your retirement, saving for buying a house, saving for buying a car, or other savings. Or at the same time, if you have any debts, you can clear your debts by saving that 20% or dedicating that 20% of your monthly salary towards clearing your debt. Because if you keep on paying debts over a long period of time, then at the end, you'll not be able to save enough for yourself. The second one is get rid of bad debts. So today, many people have some or the other loans. And I'm sure most of us today out there at least have 1 or 2 loans to clear. Some people even take loan to travel abroad or to arrange fancy marriages. But debts can actually be very draining, especially when it is extensive. Now let me give you an example. A year ago, my distant cousin was not only paying the house loan, but he was also paying home loan and 2 other personal loans. Now the situation got from bad to worse when he started using the plastic in his wallet. A lot of EMIs and credit card to purchase and to draw money can actually drain your wealth completely. So it's very important that you avoid such unnecessary loans or debts, or even best, you do not get into such debts. The rule is quite very simple. That is, you do not take or buy anything that you cannot afford. You want to buy a smartphone, but you cannot afford it? It's very simple, don't buy it. A lot of debts occur when people start purchasing things and they get pleasure out of that. But most people also forget that debts needs to be repaid and with interest. And to gain short term of pleasure, they are actually compromising on the long term joys. So it's very important that you understand and you avoid those unnecessary debts. The third golden rule is set futuristic goal. Now, in order for you to become financially stable and for you to build a huge corpus for yourself by the time you retire, it is very important that you set a futuristic goal for yourself. With that, I mean you need to start setting a short-term, a mid-term and long-term financial goals. So if you are not working on anything specific, then it is possible that you might spend a lot of money than what is expected. And it might be also possible that you are in a situation where you urgently need a lot of money, and you might run out of money, especially to pay your unexpected bills at the time of your retirement also. So it's very important that you set a specific goal. Or at sometimes it is also possible that you might as well get stuck in the vicious cycle of credit card debts, and you might feel that you do not have enough cash to ensure yourself. So it's important to set yourself a specific futuristic goal. So you can start with setting a short-term goal. That is, let's say from now to 5 years down the line. So 5 years down the line, you might need expenses or you might need funds to bear your higher education fees, or you want to study abroad for that as well. You can also set mid-term goal. Now, mid-term goal can be from now to say 15 years from now. After 15 years from now, let's say you have to bear expenses for buying a house or a car or for marriage, or even so you have to bear expense to send your kids to school. And for long-term goal, that is 40 years from now, you might as well plan for your retirement. So you can set goal accordingly. So say for 5 years down the line, you might need expenses or you might need funds for your higher education. So you can invest in schemes like FD, or you can also invest in liquid funds where you can withdraw the money or the cash that you need. Now for short-term goals, that is 5 years down the line, you might need expenses for your higher education or for your education abroad. So you can start investing in those schemes like FD, or you can also invest in liquid funds where you can withdraw the cash that you require urgently. Next, for midterm, that is 15 years down the line, you can invest in schemes like PPF, which is Public Provident Fund, which gives you a decent return and decent risk as well. Now, when it comes to PPF, the risk here is quite minimal, so you can consider investing in it. Now, one good part about PPF or Public Provident Fund is that it falls under the EEE tax status. Now, the EEE tax status basically stands for exempt, exempt and exempt, which basically means that the money you deposit or the investments you make in your PPF account is exempted from tax. Second exemption is whatever amount you receive, the interest you earn, the returns you get on your PPF investment is also exempted from tax. And the last exemption is when you withdraw your lump sum amount after the maturity period, that is also exempted, completely exempted from tax. So that is one of the major benefits you get by investing in PPF. Or the other investment scheme that you can choose for a midterm plan is your EPF, which is Employee Provident Fund. So if your employer gives you the choice or gives you the option to invest in EPF, then make sure you do not miss this opportunity to invest in EPF, which is currently giving you a rate of interest of 8.5%. So any scheme that is offering you over 7% of the interest rate is a really good scheme for you to invest. Now, coming to long-term investments. So if you're investing for a long term, then your objective should be higher risk and higher growth as well. So when it comes to long-term investments or savings, then it is no better option than equity. And by equity, I mean it is mutual funds and direct stocks. But if you're a person who does not understand completely how the market functions and fluctuates, then it's better that you do not invest in stocks directly first. It's better off that you get started with investing in mutual funds, and then you see and analyze how the market functions and then go to invest in stocks. So this is how you can actually set a futuristic goal for yourself. First, you need to start with a short-term goal, then mid-term goal, and lastly, long-term financial goal. So this is how you can set yourself a financial goal, futuristic financial goal. The fourth golden rule is learn to build assets. Have you ever thought or wondered how wealthy people get their wealth? The answer is quite simple, because they build their assets. The fact that whether that asset is inherited or not, some people actually took some time out to acquire that asset that is allowing people to get there or generate their wealth. The fact that you cannot keep working your entire life to be wealthy. And you also need to focus on creating or acquiring those assets. Now, for example, if you have your own business, then you can sell your shares. That is your asset. If you own a house, that is your asset too. If you have a car, that is also an asset. Or even so, if you have a YouTube channel, that too is your asset and you can earn money out of it. Assets or resources can range from your savings account, your retirement account, your own home, your car, your business, etc. So you need to find your own asset that will earn money for you, and you don't have to work a lot and earn or become wealthy, because asset today is 10 times more valuable than whatever you're earning monetarily. Last but not the least, the fifth golden rule is short-term and long-term investment. In the beginning of this video, I told you that with goal in mind and discipline to achieve it, you too can become rich. Many people actually start investing or saving for their retirement, maybe thinking that their retirement is few decades away, or that it's not necessary for them to start, or simply because they are not aware of these financial instruments that can make them wealthy. It is very important that you be very patient, very disciplined, and very consistent when it comes to investing and savings. Let me also tell you a fact that if you are to become a crorepati or a millionaire by the time you retire, do you have to invest rupees 1 lakh? No. Rupees 50,000? No. Rupees 10,000? A big no. You can just start by saving and investing just rupees 4,000. Yes, you can do so by investing and saving rupees 4,000 that every month and become a crorepati by the time you retire. Now, this is again not just a claim, and let me now practically show you how you can do that. So now let us look at how much of money you need to invest in PPF and how much of money you can accumulate at the end. For that, let's first go to Google and type PPF calculator. And you can click on the first link. Upon doing so, you will get the default set investments, the time period, and also the rate of interest. So here the default is given 10,000 yearly investment. Then time period is 15 years. Rate of interest is 7.1%. Then at the end, if you look at the interest you will earn on your investment of the maximum of rupees 1.5 lakh, the total interest you will get upon that is 1.21 lakh. And the entire maturity value you will get at the end will be rupees 2.71 lakh. Now you can see here with the minimum investment, yearly investment, it offers you the decent return. Now, assuming 4,000 as a 20% of your monthly income, let's say in your yearly investment is anywhere between 48,000 for the time period of, let's say, 40 years, since it is a long-term plan. And the rate of interest you will get is 7.1%. So you can see here clearly that the invested amount is 19.20 lakh. And the interest you are earning on that investment will be 86.11 lakh. And the maturity value is over 1 crore. So this is how you can become a crorepati just by investing in PPF alone. The same way, let us look at the NPS calculator, which is National Pension Scheme. How much of money you will invest in that and how much of corpus will you be able to build. So if you look at the screen here, the monthly contribution is rupees 1,000 and my total year of contribution is 42 years. This is again a long-term investment scheme. And my expectation of a return on investment is 10%. I would like to purchase annuity for 40%. I'm expecting an annuity rate of 6%. So now let's say you're investing rupees 4,000, assuming that you're saving 20% of your monthly salary. So if we put 4,000 per month for the same period of time, which is 42 years, my expectation of return on investment is again 10%. I would like to purchase annuity for 40%. And lastly, I'm expecting an annuity rate of 6%. So if you're investing a mere rupees 4,000 per month in NPS, then you're also getting the monthly pension, which will be rupees 62,000. And at the end of the maturity, that is by the time you retire, you will again earn a lump sum amount of over rupees 1 crore. So this is how by investing a mere rupees 4,000 every month, you can actually build a lump sum amount by the time you retire. So if you have ever wondered that you want a lot of money, you want to accumulate a lot of money but actually do nothing, then these 5 golden rules of finance will actually help you to become a millionaire or a crorepati. It's very simple rules that you can follow and become a millionaire too. So if you are into investments, this is the power of compounding that will help you to build a lot of wealth by the time you retire. It's very important that you understand this power of compounding. If you are investing or saving for short-term goals, then it might not give you a lot of benefits or it might not give you the expected result. But if you're investing for a long term, then power of compounding is definitely helpful for you. Also, if you want to know about other such financial, personal finance or investing concepts, then please do download the Financial Freedom app where you get access to multiple financial, investing, agriculture, business and other such concepts too. So hurry up and download the Financial Freedom app. Also, before going, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and do not forget to hit on the bell icon to get notified for our next video. Thank you for watching IndianMoney.com. Get wise, break free.